This is the PickBits Daily Signal for Sunday, July 26th, your signal in the day's tech noise. Here's the lineup. 1. A Wall Street Journal investigation says OpenAI's own people rated GPT-5 a bioweapon risk, then quietly walked that rating back. 2. 87% of employers now run AI on your job application, and most of them will not tell you. 3. As smart glasses go mainstream, a new app that pings you when there's a camera in the room. And 4, on the brighter side, an AI that Google and the UN built to map disaster damage in days, so help reaches the right streets first. Let's get into it. This is the PickBits Daily Signal. Story 1. Here's the one every boardroom should read this week. According to a Wall Street Journal investigation, OpenAI's own safety team rated GPT-5 as high risk for helping someone build a bioweapon back in the summer of 2025. Then, that fall, the company downgraded that rating. In the months in between, hundreds of people asked ChatGPT for poison and bioweapon recipes, and some got step-by-step guides OpenAI staff said even a high school biology student could follow. Researchers who tested the model said it spelled out how to disperse a biological payload over a crowded area and how to dodge detection.
Transcripts with the times. Here's what actually came back. ChatGPT provided step-by-step instructions for dispersing biological payloads over a densely populated area, including guidance on avoiding detection.
What should stop you cold isn't the recipe. Every model can be jailbroken. It's why the rating moved. The company reportedly leaned on its models to refuse less often so it would not block legitimate health and biology research, and that dual-use tuning is the exact seam misuse walks through. A rating you can move under pressure is not a safety guarantee, and a regulator will ask about this first. The company suspended the accounts, but it did not report the incidents to any authority. The rating moved, and the harm did not wait. My own read is that the lesson isn't about one company. If you own AI governance or vendor risk, you cannot inherit a vendor's own safety score as a control because it can be quietly reclassified between the flag and the harm. So run your own red team on anything you put in a dual-use domain and send this to whoever signs your AI contracts. Story 2. If you hired anyone this year or applied for a job, a model was almost certainly in the room with you. Forbes reported this month on a Resume Genius survey of 1,500 U.S. hiring managers. And the headline number is that 87% of employers now use AI somewhere in hiring. It screens resumes, writes the job posts, matches candidates, even scores your skills. Here's how that lands on a real person. A model reads your application before any human does, and only about 1 in 4 resumes.
What are you doing all day?
Only 1 out of 4 resumes gets past AI and into the hands of a hiring manager. Bullen says understanding how the applicant tracking software works is the first step to getting noticed by a company.
So most people are screened, ranked, sometimes rejected by a system they were never told about. A machine says no, and nobody has to tell you it was a machine. And here's the double standard the same survey exposes. 82% of those hiring managers say they are worried about candidates using AI, and nearly 6 in 10 have already seen an AI-written resume. They automate the gate, then distrust the applicant who reaches for the same tool. This isn't new ground for us. We've covered AI picking up human hiring bias before, and the fix hasn't changed. If you own hiring, the question I would put in writing is plain. Where does AI touch a candidate, and do we disclose it? New York, Colorado, and Illinois are already writing that answer into law. Send this to whoever owns your hiring stack. Story 3. You genuinely cannot tell when a camera on someone's face is pointed at you and recording. That's the anxiety a new iPhone app is trying to answer. First, the problem, because it's real.
But that convenience comes with a growing privacy cost. Unlike a smartphone, smart glasses make it far harder for people nearby to know when they are being recorded. That raises uncomfortable questions about consent in public spaces, workplaces, and even private homes.
A developer shipped the countermeasure this week. The app is called Anti-Zuck, it's live on the App Store, and it listens for the Bluetooth signatures of the big smart glasses makers, Meta Ray-Ban, Snap Spectacles, Amazon Echo Frames, and pings you when a pair is nearby. 2 things make it trustworthy. It does everything on your own device, so it collects no data and touches no camera or microphone. And it's a one-time purchase, not another app farming your location. Now, the honest limit, because I am not going to oversell it, it is a smoke detector, not a force field. Glasses only broadcast Bluetooth in bursts, like when they power on or the case opens, so treat a ping as assume recording, and treats silence as unknown, not as all clear. We've been on this arc since Meta's glasses first got facial recognition, back when owners told reporters they were scared to wear them in public. A viral countermeasure is what a new norm looks like right before it becomes a law. Follow the thread, because this one keeps moving. Story 4, and let's end on the good one. After Hurricane Melissa hit last October, an AI read the satellite images and scored damage to more than 385,000 buildings in a matter of days. Picture the relief worker who now knows which streets to reach first, instead of waiting weeks for someone to map it by hand. The mechanics are simple.
Damage assessment. First off, satellites can capture images shortly after a disaster occurs, sometimes within minutes. This rapid data acquisition allows emergency teams to quickly understand the scope and severity of the damage.
Google and the United Nations built that speed into a system called DISHA, running on the UN's satellite center, UNOSAT. This is not a demo. It has been deployed 11 times on real earthquakes, floods, and cyclones. In Colombia's floods this February, it cross-checked the AI's building maps against radar to find the damage hiding under the water. Weeks are the difference between finding people and finding out too late. Each activation saves UNOSAT specialists that kind of time. Here's the honest caveat because it matters. This maps the damage, it does not do the rescue, and it only works with clear enough imagery, but keep the picture in your head. The same always-on satellites that read as surveillance everywhere else are, here, pointed at finding survivors. If you plan disaster response for a living, this template already exists and it's deployed, so send it to whoever runs your response. That's the lineup. The note to end on is the last one, an AI that this week helped people find each other after a storm. That's the signal. I'll see you tomorrow.